Uh, so please let me know in the chat if you cannot hear me, or if you don't see my screen, or if you don't have any if you have any other kind of problems, and I will try to fix it. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us at this webinar for Urbano Visio, and this webinar is organized together with the nice people from Commune. And I will just start. First, a very short introduction, and then I will show you the software directly. Okay, so should you have any problems, please use the chat, and I will try to help. Your microphones, I think, are off now, but that's okay. At the end, if you want to make any questions, you will be able to use your microphone, or you can also write questions in the chat at any time, and I will reply either in the session or at worst afterwards. Okay. So, Urbano Visio is a data management tool for pipe network design for gravitational pipes. So for storm and sanitary sewage design within Civil 3D. And why did we decide to do this? Well, because as you know, in pipe design there is a lot of data that needs to be collected from GIS systems, from some existing situations, existing infrastructure, and so on. A lot of data needs to be designed and calculated and so on. So all the time you are working with a lot of data, and you will need a way to access this data in an easy fashion, to modify, to edit. And especially now when everybody is talking about BIM, well, BIM is essentially all about data and managing data and exchanging data. So Urbano Visio is a tool that will help you manage your data. Okay, so essentially it's a data grid control for Civil 3D. Now, as you know, Civil 3D already includes a data grid control. It's called Pipe Vista or Pipe Panorama. But we think it has some limited functions, and it does not apply very well to managing large amounts of data, and so we wanted to do something better to make it, as I said, simpler to select and edit and analyze data in pipe network design. Okay, so very briefly, what can you do? You can create your own data groups. So in the Pipe Vista, you always look at all the data that exists. In Urbano Visio, you can create your own groups. You can make selections, data selections, so you can really focus on a specific part of the pipe network. You can zoom in, you can highlight certain elements, so you always know when you're changing some value or some number, you see in the drawing what you are changing. You can, of course, edit multiple elements at once. Other than let's say the usual Civil 3 data, we also can display additional things like custom data from part lists and expressions, so Civil 3D expressions, and also object data which come from Map 3D. And we also have the ability to make some data filters, so you can create a query and then you can filter data according to this query. So but let's go live, and I will show you these things. Okay, so what is Urbano Visio? So it's basically it's this this control right here. It's your standard control, which you can dock like any other control in Civil 3D, and you can keep it on the second screen and so on. Everything that's usual for Civil 3D. And as I said, it's a data grid showing you lots of numbers and information. Okay, so here I have a simple project. It's a little plan. It has sanitary and storm networks, just two, to make it rather simple, and also some profiles, some long sections made with Civil 3D. Okay, the important thing to understand is everything that we do within Urbano Visio, we do using Civil 3D functions. So the anything you change and edit, and it will remain your standard usual Civil 3D file. So if you are sending this file to somebody who has Civil 3D but doesn't have Urbano Visio, it's no problem. Nothing will be broken. Everything works just as usual, as it should work. Okay. So first of all, you can see here I have, so this is your standard Civil 3D tool space, okay? Here I have some two networks, sanitary and storm. You can see both of them also here. And if I want to look at information from the storm network, I just change it here. And if I want to look at sanitary, I can change it back. So that's quite easy to do. This information, this is a data group which I made, and so instead of looking at 50 different data, I just select 12 data that I want to take a look. And this is what we call a configuration, and there is a small list of configurations which I already have in the software, but basically the list is unlimited and you can create as many configurations as you need. So you can have for pipe geometry, for pipe hydraulics, for I don't know, some kind of report that you need to make, internal or external, which you need to submit when submitting your project, and so on and so on. So you can have many different groups, and it's very easy to create. So let's just go inside and create a new configuration. So you always choose what you want, configurations for pipes or structures. So I will choose now for pipes. We need to give it a name, so a very innovative name. And now we have sort of what we call a data picker. So here we have grouped all the different data of Civil 3D into several groups. So like general properties, object references, invert and slope, and so on. So they are grouped so you can find them more easily. And now I need to select the data I want in my group. So I will want the network name, the actual name. Then I can select slope, for example. I can select 3D length, and for example, inner diameter. Okay. And I just press OK. And so this is my small group. I now just create a group of 5 data, and this is the five data which I want to inspect. And this is my group called test 001. If I want, for example, inner diameter to be next to the name, I can use it quite simply. Also, if I want, I can change the name, so it doesn't need to say inner diameter. It can, I can give it a custom name if I want. Also, I can multiply the value by 1000, giving me a diameter in millimeters, for example, things like this. So there's some little changes that I can make with this Civil 3D data. Also, for example, slope, I can decide to show it in percentage. So I just give it a symbol of percentage here and multiply by 100. Okay. I select this new group, I press OK, and the program will now load this group. Okay. And as you can see, I have my network name, I have the element name, the pipe name, inner diameter, slope, and 3D length as I have just chosen. So if I want to change, is as easy as you know, changing configuration right here. So I can switch between them quite easily and quite quickly, and you know, go from part to part and really focus on what I need to do. The next thing, which is quite important, are data selections. So by default, the default selection is select all, meaning select the whole network. But I don't necessarily need to use the whole network. For example, I can select with a CAD selection. So I can do something like this. And I will select only a certain group of elements. Okay, let me just switch to Storm. I can also select individual pipes. So as you can see, I have a little highlight in the picture telling me exactly which pipe am I selecting. The same applies for structures as well. Then I can make a selection by branches. So we create this automatically. So I can, for example, I can select this branch right here. Okay, and now I have only this data. And I can also make a sequence selection, for example, from here to here, or you know, go anywhere in the middle, do whatever I want. And last but not least, I can select directly a profile. So I just go here and you know, select a profile that I want, and that's it. And I get my data just from my profile. And if I zoom in a little bit, as I walk through this data grid, you can see that a certain pipe is highlighted in the profile and also in the plan view. So as I move along this grid, the element which I'm selecting is always highlighted and in the drawing directly. And if I select multiple elements, they will all be highlighted both in plan view and also in the profile view. Okay. Another important thing is just a little piece of information that you have. Always at the bottom, you can read how many pipes or elements are currently selected, how many are in this selection set. So now I select, you know, for example, 8 elements from 14, and the total length of the selected elements versus the total length of the whole selection set. And on the right, I have, you know, the information for the whole project. So here we are talking about some 3.5 kilometers of pipe networks or something around that. Okay, I can also, when I'm talking about highlighting, and just quickly, I can go into general settings. So this is not a highly complex software, but it has some features which you can change. For example, this is this color for marking. So for example, if I don't want it yellow, if I want it to be green, I can switch it to green. And the next time I make some selection, you know, the marking will be green. Okay. Next thing I can do is I can zoom in. So I can go in and zoom directly from this data grid. I can zoom in directly to the picture, to the drawing, and I can zoom to the plan, and I can also zoom to the profile. So anything I click, okay, anything I click, I can just zoom in directly into the profile and into the plan view. And the same thing goes if I select several elements. I can just click zoom to plan, zoom to profile, and I will go there instantly. Also, if you want, you can use the auto zoom function, meaning whenever you click somewhere in the drawing, you will be zoomed in automatically. Okay, and this is true also if I select multiple things, and I can set it to zoom to profile as well. So, and the same thing is true also for multi-select. Okay, I can switch it off. Okay, so these are the very basics. So you decide what data you want to focus on. You decide with the selection which part of the pipe network you want to focus on, and you have always visual recognition of what can be seen. Okay, what we can do as well is we can do some data editing. So let me switch over to structures. So here I have a quite simple configuration for structures with some data which I selected. Structures are highlighted, as you can see, in a similar way with this round circle. Okay, so let's go and select this profile just one more time. Okay. So what can I do? For example, I can change the structure names. So I can go and I can say select the column, edit this value, and I can give it a new name. For example, I want a shorter name. The current name is, structure 927, and instead of this, I want to use very simple names, and the new name is displayed here. So I can take a look. I can play with these counters if I want, and also with the number of digits that I'm using. Okay, so I will just use the very simple option. And as you can see, the name changed here in the data grid, but more importantly, it also changed automatically in the labels. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. You are working with the data grid from Urbano Visio, but actually behind we are working all the time with your standard Civil 3D functions. And so the dynamic model of Civil 3D is still active. Okay. The same thing is if I want to, for example, if I want to change the type of the structure. So when I go to editing, it opens my part list, and my part list is very small. You can have a much larger one. Okay. If I want to simply change these first 4 structures, I just select the appropriate structure from the part list and I press OK. And as you can see, it changed to cylindrical type. Okay, while these ones are still the rectangular type. So it's quite simple. Okay. Okay, I can also, let's say, use the profile as a template for editing if you want. So if I want, for example, to make these structures smaller, I can simply, type in a new value here, and it will automatically change. Okay, so as I said, the dynamic model from Civil 3D is all the time is restored. It's working as it should be, as is expected, and so you can use the data grid to change any kind of value, select a different type, and so on. So, and it's the same also for pipes. If I go to pipes, for example, I can select a sequence here just to make it shorter. And again, I have these long names. For example, I don't want these names. Again, I can select all of them, go to edit value, and I can write a new value. So in this, I can use the special characters for starting node name and ending node name. And again, here I see the old name and I can see the new name. So if I want, I can rename the pipes to have the names of the structures inside them. And as you can see, it's updated automatically in the model, in the Civil 3D model, and also in the Urbano Visio data grid. Okay, and for example, if I go here and I select some elements right here, it's very similar to the structures. If I want to change a pipe, I simply go to my part list. It opens automatically. I select a different type of pipe, and it will change the diameter in the drawing and also in the data grid. Okay, so everything is automatic. Okay, now we can work also with some, let's say, special data. And to do this, I will go inside of, I will edit my configuration. I will go to the editing mode. And when I scroll down, I have here some custom data. So these are data which I manually added to the part list of my part list, and I can also choose to view this data in the data grid. Okay. And as you can see, currently they are mostly undefined. So let's go over to this part. Okay, they are undefined. So what I can do is, of course, I can define them. So custom category, I can, for example, name them existing. And as you can see, they immediately are recognized by the system, and it's the same also for this street. I can, for example, call it Main Street. And everything will change. What I can do in addition is I can, for example, select all of this data, and I can say draw table, and I can place the table here. And inside of this table, I have all of my Civil 3D data, so network name, pipe name, diameter, slope, and 3D length. I have my custom data. So the same thing basically I have in the grid. Now, why is this important? Well, because as you probably can recognize, this is a standard AutoCAD table. So probably you know Civil 3D includes its own table object, and within this table object you can input all types of Civil 3D data. The problem, let's call it a problem for some customers, is a very limited ability to change anything, to change the layout of the view of this Civil 3D table. On the other hand, there is AutoCAD tables which can be changed to whatever you want. You can change the layout and everything you need, but unfortunately you cannot display Civil 3D data. So we sort of merged these two concepts together, and we create an AutoCAD table which you can change and modify, however you want. But we put real Civil 3D data inside, and of course we can also perform some editing, and as you can see, when I do some editing in my data grid, it changes in the model, and it also changes in the AutoCAD table, so in the data table. You can prevent this if you want, so you have a little bit of control here. You can say, okay, I want my table to update automatically, or perhaps you can choose not. You can also choose to make the table static. So you have a little bit of control over this. The default is that the table will update automatically. Okay, so this is your standard AutoCAD table. If you want to, I don't know, to make some changes, I can just work with it as a usual AutoCAD table. I can delete rows, I can insert formulas to sum some things, and do everything you can do with your normal AutoCAD table. Okay. Next, I want very quickly to talk about expressions. So probably if you know Civil 3D, you know a little bit about expressions. So expressions are let's say formulas that you can enter into Civil 3D, and you can then use these formulas to calculate certain things directly on the fly in Civil 3D, and you can get the results of this. You can get the results of these calculations in the labels of Civil 3D. Okay. So we created a set of expressions to calculate a very simple trench. So I'm not saying it's really 100% precise calculation. It's really is just an example which we make here, and let me just try to show you. Okay, so this is now how it looks in Civil 3D. So for example, pipe volume, if I go to edit expression, it will show me the formula. So, square of inner diameter and P and length and so on. So this is the whole formula on how to calculate the pipe volume. So again, we enter these formulas. I'm not saying they're 100% correct. They're just as an example to help us calculate the trench. And okay, what can we do with these expressions? Well, with Visio we can do more. Okay, and let's try to do more. So I can create a new group. I can go to my picker. I can say all of the expressions. I want them all. Trench volume, pipe volume, areas, everything. I call the configuration expr. Okay, and I just start it. And as you can see, according to the formula which we input, the program calculates all of these values. So trench volume and pipe volume and areas and so on. All of these values are directly calculated. And if I go to my element sequence, select something, Visio recalculates. If I go to another part, Visio again recalculates. And if I select even something strange or something small, always Civil 3D calculates on the fly, and Urbano Visio can show you this information. And if I want, I can quite simply make a little report. I just say copy, and I open an Excel file, and I paste inside, and my trench volume is here, pipe volume, areas, and so on. And the same is of course true also for everything else. So if I go to my test 01, I can just select everything, press copy, go to Excel, press paste, and I get my information right here. And so if I want to create a very simple report or a simple data table and have it in Excel and copy paste it to my project or whatever, or give it to a colleague to do something, it's very, very simple. I just need to have a data group. I need to select a sequence of elements which I'm inspecting, and select all, press copy, go to Excel, press paste, and there you have it. The data is there. So it's very simple, it's very fast to make. Okay, last but not least, I want to show you queries. So queries might be associated with, I don't know, GIS systems, or you may think it's something really complex and it's not for everybody. And okay, I can agree, but queries can be useful. So again, similar like configurations, we have queries for pipes and for structures. And so if I want to make a query for pipes, I just go here, click on pipes and click add. I can call it so filter 001. Okay. And now I need to select what I'm querying according to which data. And again, I have all of my values from Civil 3D, everything that can be calculated, everything that is inside of the part list, and so on. So I can say, for example, 3D length center to center. Now I need to choose the logical operator. So is it smaller, is it equal, bigger, and so on. I can say greater than. I have all the values from the whole project inside. I can select one of them, or I can simply write 40. So I'm interested in pipes with length of more than 40 meters, and I just say add. Okay, and now I have this filter 001, and I can switch it on. And in my current selection, there is not any pipe that supports this this query. So let's go and select everything. And now I can see in all of my drawing every single pipe that is longer than 40 meters. And also, as you can see, I can see them in the profiles as well. Okay. Of course, I can also go one by one and inspect one by one, of course. I can also make this query a little bit more complex if I want to. So, for example, I can say, okay, pipes of length greater than 40 meters, but also inner diameter equal to, let's say, 0.4. Okay, so now I have a query consisting of two connected checks. So once I check all the pipes longer than 40 meters, and in addition of all those pipes, I want to show only pipes that have an inner diameter equal to 0.4. Okay. And when I select all, actually I have just a couple of pipes which support both of those checks. So I have actually only two pipes which are longer than 40 meters and also have exactly a diameter of 0.4, as we can see here. Okay, and of course, I can make a similar query, similar filter for structures as well. If I want to stop using the filter, I just uncheck it here, and the program will perform, refresh the data grid automatically, and select the data, and okay, now I am back to showing all the data of the whole network. Okay, so in essence, that's about it. There are some maybe additional smaller things which you can do as well, but these are the most important things. So what is Urbano Visio good for? It is if you are doing gravitational pipe network design in Civil 3D, meaning storm and sanitary sewage, then you can use it to create your own data groups, to select different parts of the network, to inspect these different parts of the network, zoom in, highlight, and exactly see where you are and what you are doing. You can edit everything that Civil 3D allows to be edited. You can also edit multiple elements at once, and you can very easily create a data table, and you can copy it to Excel, and you can even make some filters to narrow down your search. Okay, so now questions. We have some questions from the audience, so just let me read. Okay, are expressions done in Urbano Visio? So no, expressions are actually a mechanic of Civil 3D. They exist in Civil 3D, and they are created in Civil 3D. Let's call it the problem. It's a strong word, but the thing is that expressions in Civil 3D basically are used to calculate something and display only in labels. And we think this is a shame. We think that you can use expressions for other things as well. And this is why we made this very simple example with this trench calculation. So, you know, we made a very simplified trench calculation. So all of the values we calculate in expression, it's pure Civil 3D. The only thing Visio does is Visio helps you show the expressions in the data grid. And then you can, okay, there they are. So Visio enables you to show the expressions in the data grid, and then you can do everything you can do with Visio. You can create a table, you can copy to Excel, you can view exactly in the drawing if there are some problems and so on. So this is the things which Civil 3D unfortunately does not help you, because regarding Civil 3D, it thinks expressions are only for labels, but we are actually using them for other things, or allowing you to use them for other things. Okay, I hope this is clear. Second question, also, is it possible to export tables into Excel, or do you have to copy? I suppose you think, is it possible to export these DVG tables to Excel? So right now, no, we have no option for this. So what you can do is you can, or what you must do is you must select an area of your data grid, select copy, go to Excel, and then paste inside. And then if you want to, I don't know, do some simple calculation, you have to use Excel functions, okay? So it's not possible to copy directly this DVG table. Okay, next questions. Please tell me how pipe profiles are made. Okay, so again, these profiles, they are made completely with Civil 3D. So there's nothing of that we did. So we use standard Civil 3D functions how to make profiles. So nothing we did in this area so far. What we can do is you can use Visio to, of course, to inspect the profiles and also to edit some values. So if I go to, I don't know, if I go to one of my configurations, okay, let's, I don't know, I can select, for example, this profile, and I can zoom in. And I don't know, I can, for example, change something here, and okay, let's zoom in. Okay, I can change this value and it will change in Civil 3D. So I can use Visio to edit this profile, but the creation is a standard Civil 3D function. Okay, next question. If there are more than one pipe in the same trench, how the trench calculations are made then? Okay, again, I think this is referring to this expression and this trench calculation. So just to be clear, this is just a little example that we make. And as I said, I don't say it's 100% correct or anything. It's basically we make it to show how you can use the expressions which everybody has in Civil 3D for much more than just calculate something and display in labels. Now, to do a complex trench volume calculation with multiple pipes, this is a bit of, I think, challenging task, not so easy task. And I want to be honest, I'm not sure if Civil 3D can do it. We do have another software that can do this calculation. So if trench calculation with multiple pipes is something really very important to you, we can help you in this area, because we do have a software for this. And let me just see if I can show you this very quickly before we move on to the next question. So just a moment. So this is YouTube. I hope you recognize it. This is our own channel, and you can find a lot of videos here. So right first is the video for Urbano Visio, showing some of the features I have shown you today as well. And then we have some other videos for some of our other software. So if you are looking for a specialized software for pressurized systems, water distribution systems, then we have it. It's called Urbano Hydra. So this is like a standalone software that works on AutoCAD. It doesn't require Civil 3D necessarily, but you can use it with Civil 3D as well. And you have calculations, hydraulic calculations, flow calculations, designs, excavations, everything inside. A similar product for storm and sanitary sewage is called Urbano Canalis, again with the whole design of plan and profile and calculations and excavations and everything. And below there are some highlights. So we have, I hope you can see this. I hope you this goes also through the webcast. So for example, there is a video for this case when you have multiple pipes in a trench. Okay, and how you can make the design with Urbano Visio and so on. So I suggest, as a first information, maybe go to the YouTube channel, take a look at these videos, and of course we can help you with any additional questions, and we can show the product to you, and you can test it and so on. Okay, and we have another question. If there are any crossings with other network, how we can edit? Okay, so again, similar answer for this clash analysis, for this how to inspect intersections between water and sewage and sanitary and gas and IT, optical cables, and firefighting, and every other possible infrastructure system that's in the ground. We have not done any specific tool that works inside of Civil 3D. However, and I need to go back again to our YouTube channel, we do have a software for this that works on top of AutoCAD and Map 3D and Civil 3D as well. And actually you have a series of videos here called clash analysis, and you have a video here, clash analysis for multiple pipe networks. We can also do clash analysis for, I don't know, 2D elements. So basic AutoCAD pipes, polylines, lines, polylines, things like this. So again, I would suggest you take a look at this video, and to give you an idea how to do it, and of course then we can help you with additional information, give you a trial version, show you the software, and so on and so on. So let me just go back here. So I think what you want to do is either search in YouTube for so for a software like, for example, Urbano Canalis, and you will get our company page, or you can search directly for our channel. Okay, it will come up top, and so if you search for Studios Company, it will go to the top, and then you will get all the videos of all of our software, you know, special functions which we have, and so on. Or of course I can send you the link directly, or even if you want to write down, so it's YouTube user and then Studios DO. That's the exact name of our channel, or as I said, best is search for Studios Company, and we will show up, and then you can take a look. Okay, so if you have any other questions, please post them in the chat. If you don't have any questions right now, I want to thank you very much for attending. Great audience, thank you very much. Lots of questions. Please feel free to contact Kaire for any additional questions, and we will be in touch. I will, answer anything that you want to know about storm design, sewage design, water distribution systems, gas pipelines, so anything that has to do something with pipes underground, we can help you, and so feel free to ask questions, be in touch, and once again, thank you very much for coming, and take care and see you soon. Bye bye.